Hey guys, welcome to Rapid Fire Tutorials. My name is Xavier Johnson, and today we're going to be teaching you how to fix a cloth simulation to a rigged character in order to have realistic fabric movement. I'm not going to waste any time, let's get right into it. The first thing you want to do is make sure that your character is completely modeled and rigged. You don't want to be doing any modeling and rigging at this point. It needs to be completely done. The cloth simulation needs to be the last thing you add. As you can see, I have my control set up. This is a pre-made character, but you can easily use your own. You want to make sure that your rigged character is posed in what I like to call a relaxed T pose, with the arms slightly down and the feet slightly apart. You want to do your animating ahead of time. You see here I have a really basic animation where he lifts his knee up. You can do any animation you want, you just need to make sure that he starts that relaxed T pose. Alright, the next thing you want to do is model your cloth geometry. This part's really important. I have it done ahead of time, but you want to make sure the topology consists of evenly spaced, smooth polys with plenty of edge loops around crucial bend points like the crotch and knees. Also, don't forget to soften all of your edges in the normals menu. This will just decrease faceting and make for a better simulation. Next thing you want to do is go to your End Dynamics menu. You click on your cloth simulation geometry, then you go up to End Mesh and click Create Cloth. We're going to go ahead and hit play to test our simulation, and now you see that not only does the knee clip through the pants, but the pants aren't even solving as a cloth simulation. Click the far left playback button to reset the simulation and the animation, and then we're going to go into our timeline settings and adjust the playback speed from 24 frames per second to play every frame. This will allow the cloth simulation to run and actually solve. Now if we click play again, we see that the cloth simulation is solving. As you can see, it seems to be affected by gravity and the animation is playing, but the two are not interacting with each other, and that's because we don't have any collision on. So what we're going to do to fix this is first hide the pants geometry. You can do that by clicking it and going over to its attributes, and where it says visibility you type 0, and then you're going to go in and select each of your individual collider objects, in this case the hips, legs, knees, and the base of the feet, and then go up to End Mesh, Create Passive Colliders. Now that we have our collision set up, we're going to go into our object menu and then click on our pants and then re-enable visibility so that the pants return. Then we're going to go ahead and click play to test the simulation again, and as you can see, it is not clipping through. The collision is happening, but the pants are falling down. So let's stop the animation by hitting escape and reset it using the left playback button. We're going to go into an orthographic view and then select the points that we like to constrain. That means to keep still, and then you're going to go up to End Constraints, Transform. Okay, now we're going to take a short break and go over to our Objects menu and clean up our scene a little bit with some naming conventions. Here we have a dynamic constraint. I'm just going to change that to call that Pants Constraint. Those are those green dots that are keeping the pants steady, and we'll see that in a second. Next we're going to go to our cloth simulation and name that Pants Cloth. Alright. Next we're going to go to our nucleus. This is the solver nucleus, which really just does all the calculations and kind of affects how the cloth simulation really looks. We're going to call that pants nucleus. Alright, as you see over here we have some options. And now these are really the options you want to use to start to tweak your simulation. We're not going to go into that this time, but honestly I really encourage you to explore that. Similar options exist for the pants simulation and the pants cloth. Alright, so now what you're going to do is go ahead and select your pants constraint. And then you're going to open up your skeletal structure and select the hip bone, and then you're going to hit P to parent it. It's important that you parent this constraint to the hip bone so that way it always stays attached to the hip no matter where the character moves. And at some point you're going to want to go back and do this with all of the simulation related nodes, parent them all to the hip bone so that the pants stay with the body no matter where the character moves. Now we're going to hit play and see that the simulation plays through. The pants are staying in place, there's no clipping, there is collision, and there you have it, basic pants simulation, and this will work no matter where you move your character as long as everything is parented properly. A few ending tips: make sure you don't forget to go back and parent everything having to do with the cloth simulation to the hip bone or whatever bone you're working around. It could be shoulders or arms if you're doing a shirt. That just kind of keeps it in place. You want to make sure you tweak your settings so that the fabric looks exactly how you want it. Alright, that's basically it. Thanks for tuning in, guys. This has been Xavier with Rapid Fire Tutorials. Make sure you like this video if it helped you and share it with your friends if you think it'll help them. Until next time, have a good one.